This video is sponsored by Edukaji. For more free SPM video, log on to Edukaji site. The link is in the description below. Hi guys, my name is Terry. In this video, I'm going to go through the SPM 2021 Paper 1 for Additional Mathematics. Okay, so let's get started with question number 1. This is from Form 5, Chapter 1, Circular Measure. So the given diagram shows an arc AB which subtend an angle of pi over 3. This is your arc AB, right? At the center O. The radius of the circle is 2 cm. So this 2 cm. Find the area of major sector in terms of pi. Okay, it's very simple. If you're finding the area of major sector, you must first find out what is the angle for the major sector. The angle of major sector is this. Now we know one whole turn is 2 pi. So your angle of major sector AOB, you can write this as AOB major is 2 pi minus pi over 3. So that gives us, answer is what? 5 pi over 3. Okay, so in order for us to find the area, the formula is half r square theta. Theta will be 5 pi over 3. So I'm going to substitute pi with 3.142. Okay, sorry, no. This question, no. Why not? Because the question say, give your answer in terms of pi. So you can use a calculator, you can use brain. 2 square is 4, cancel, cancel. Answer is what? 10 over 3 pi. Yeah? Square units. Okay? Okay, this is Form 4, Chapter 6, Linear Law. Diagram shows the graph of the straight line graph of ln y against ln x. Express y in terms of x. So it's a classic linear law question. However, notice that the graph here, right, the y-axis is given in terms of ln, and instead of the normal logarithm base 10, we use log base e. Yeah? Ln is log base e. Standard way. Number 1, find out your gradient. What's your gradient? y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. 7 minus 1, 5 minus 2. You get 6 divided by 3. Answer is 2. So to find y-intercept, we use y equals mx plus c, or you can use y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Your y1, let me pick this point. You can use any point. This is your x1, y1. I use 2, 1. Your y1 is 1. Gradient is 2. x1 is 2. Expand the bracket. This is 2x minus 4 plus 1. Your big Y is 2x minus 3. Okay? And your big Y is what? Your big Y is your ln y. Remember, the variable in your y-axis is your big Y. Variable in your x-axis is your big X. So we need to replace your big Y with ln y. Replace your big X with ln x. Right. Now, next step is we're going to get rid of logarithm because we want y in terms of x. So to get a logarithm, we have to introduce ln at the back. Why? Because ln e has a value of 1. Ln e has a value of 1. So then you want to bring this power up. Your ln y is ln x squared minus ln e power 3. Minus combine becomes divide in logarithm. Remember, ln minus combine becomes divide. I've got a single logarithm on the left, a single logarithm on the right. We can now write y in terms of x. Your y is x squared over e power 3. Progression. This is Form 4, Chapter 5 progression. So in a geometric progression, the first term is 217, common ratio of 203. So find the maximum value n such that the sum of first n term is less than 650. Sum of the first n term is Sn less than 650. Okay, remember, Sn formula is this, is A bracket. We use there are two versions. We use the second version, 1 minus r power n, 1 minus r. We use this in the event that your r is less than 1. All right, this r is 2 over 3, which is less than 1. So I'm going to use this. Okay, your A is what? 217. Bracket 1 minus 2 over 3 power n. Divide by 1 minus 2 over 3 less than 650. Okay. Now, next, what do? You can multiply over. So I'm supposed to solve for n. So guys, we take 650, everyone. 650 times 1 minus 2 over 3. Whatever we get here, you divide by 217, all right? 650 over 651. So 1 minus 2 over 3 power n less than 650 over 651. I do very slowly. I do step by step. Okay, now. Right, now, next, I'm going to switch this over. So when I bring this over to the right, I bring this over to the left. So this would be 250, 2 over 3. Okay, I will rewrite this as 2 over 3 power n is going to be greater than 1 minus this is 1 over 651. Am I right? Yeah, you may want to, like, I know some people may prefer to bring this over and write negative 1 over 651. Then you times and divide with negative, the symbol has to change. You get to this line. If you want, you can do one extra step. I'm just switching them straight away. Now, of course, we have to use logarithm. We have to introduce log on the left and on the right-hand side of your inequality, 651. So bring the power down. Okay. Now, from here on, use your calculator. Okay. Log 1 over 651 divide by log 2 over 3, you should get 15.98. So if n is more than 15.98, what do I take? 15.98. We take 16. This is 15. N is 16. So what is the maximum? Wait, did I make a mistake here? I didn't change the symbol here. Sorry, I forgot. When you divide, you have to change the symbol. So we should take 15. Okay. By the way, let me say this again. Why do I have to change the symbol here? Because you're dividing with a number that's negative. Now, log 2 over 3 is negative. Okay, let's see. Log 2 over 3 is negative. Negative 1.57. 1.76. 0.176. So it is negative. So if it's negative, right? When you divide the negative, the symbol has to change. Okay, now let's verify using a calculator, right? We're going to do 217 bracket 1 minus 2 over 3 bracket power n is now 15. Oops, sorry. This is 15. Then you divide by 1 minus 2 over 3. Okay, guys, is this less than 650? Yes. So if you take, for example, if you take 16 out, it will be more than that. You can just check like this, double check, change to 16. See, this is more than 650 already, right? 0.00 more than, yeah. Okay, now let's move on. Part B, the difference between the fifth term and sum of all the terms. Okay, the fifth term is D5. Sum of all the terms is what? Sum to infinity, yeah? Okay, now here's the thing. Which one is bigger? We don't know. So maybe we find out first, okay? Yeah. So I think sum should be all bigger, right? Yeah, so can we take T5? What's your T5? 217. R is 2 over 3, power 5 minus 1. Let's calculate this separately first. 217 bracket 2 over 3 power 4. That gives us, I'll leave it a mixed number, 42, 70 over 81. 42, 70 over 81. Then we find the sum to infinity, sum of all the terms, because this thing goes all the way to infinity, right? We know it goes to infinity because your r is less than 1. Whenever r is between negative 1 and 1 or less than 1, it has sum to infinity. So what's your A? 217. What's your R? 2 over 3, right? So 217 divide by 1 over 3, right? Basically times 3, yeah? This is 651. 651. So what's the difference? Take the bigger one minus the smaller one. Okay, so take this minus 42, 70 over 81. Number a bit ugly, but yeah, doable. 60811 over 81. 60811 over 81. Right. Let's do this. right, this is the question from differentiation. Yeah, how do I know? They say you're given equation of a curve, you're finding gradient function. This is from 5 chapter 2. So find gradient function. Gradient function is your dy dx. So let's differentiate. When you differentiate 1x, you get 1. Differentiate 2x power -2. The -2 you bring in front. -2 times 2 is -4. Copy x, reduce the power by 1, -3. You can bring this down and write 1 minus 4 over x power 3. So that is your gradient function. Only 1 mark. Now, next, a straight line touches the curve at point P. The straight line is perpendicular to this, right? So find the coordinate point P. Okay, very simple. Let's draw a sketch. Now, I don't know how the graph looks like, but maybe just sketch like this. A line that touches a curve at one point is called a tangent. It's a tangent at P, actually. And this line is perpendicular to what? Now, well, this perpendicular line, right, it may not be exactly the normal, because they say it is perpendicular to this straight line. So does that mean that this straight line is your normal? No. It can be here. It's still perpendicular. Yeah. If it's normal, it must pass through exactly at P. This is a normal, but it's not a normal, right? It may not be a normal. So this line has an equation of y plus 2x equals 0. So the purpose of them giving you this equation is to what? Find the what? What can we find from here? Change it to y equals mx plus c. So what's the gradient this line? Your gradient is -2. Now we cannot say this is gradient normal, although it is, but we just call it m1. m1 means gradient of this line. Okay. Now then we find gradient of tangent. m1 times m2. m2 is your tangent. The result is -1. So what's your tangent now? Your tangent is half. Remember, what is dy dx? dy dx is gradient function before you substitute the x value. The moment you substitute the x value, you're getting what? You're getting gradient of tangent. Yeah, tangent is a line that touches the curve at one point. So my dy dx is now half. This is 1 minus 4 over x power 3. Bring this to the right, bring this to the right and left. So 4 over x cubed is just what? You bring over becomes 3 over 2. Right? Wait. Did I make a mistake here? Sorry. Minus 1 over 2. Sorry. 1 minus half is minus. So cross multiply x cubed is 8. Cube root of 8, x is 2. Then you substitute inside equation 1. You can call this equation 1. What's your y? 2 plus 2. Power negative, we can just bring it down. Your y value is 2 plus half, 5 over 2. You can write 2 and half or 5 over 2. Therefore, your coordinate point B is 2 and 5 over 2. So it is given that fx equals to x squared plus 3x minus 4. So find a range of x for which such that fx is more than 0. So the first part is quite easy. We just let your fx x squared plus 3x minus 4 more than 0. Double bracket factorize. Okay, x 4 1 plus minus. Sketch a graph. The roots are -4 and 1. Okay, now the question didn't say you have to use any particular method. So normally I just use graph sketching because graph sketching is the easiest, right? Now remember, more than 0 means what? The region should be above. Okay, you move it down. Okay, you move it down. And then what's your answer? Your x is what? Less than -4 or more than 1. Okay, less than -4, more than 1. Okay, remember, if it's less than 0, we take the region below. If it's more than 0, we share the region on top. Okay, all right, so part A done. Part B. This equation, px plus q minus fx equals 0, such that p and q are constant, has roots of alpha and beta. State alpha plus beta, alpha times beta. So the SOR, POR comes in, right? So number 1, let's take your fx and substitute inside. Your px plus q minus fx, what's your fx? X squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Can we I like to throw everything to the right hand side because I would like my coefficient x squared to be positive. So I throw over x squared plus 3x minus 4. The px I bring over becomes minus px, q becomes negative. And I like to factorize the coefficient of x. Put it together, minus 4 minus q equals 0. Right? So why do I do that? I want to identify my ABC, right? Guys, you all know this, right? Your A is what? A is 1. A is 1. This is your B. This is your C. So we're going to do our SOR PR. So for alpha plus beta equals minus B over A. So this is B minus 3. Product of roots, alpha times beta, C over A. So over A, this one we can just write minus 4 minus Q. So guys, I got my SOR. I got my POR. Right. Now, next, they say, but Roman 1, okay, Roman 1, no big issue. Roman 2, the roots of this quadratic equation here, they are 2 over alpha, 2 over beta. Okay, so I'm going to rearrange this first. This is x squared plus rx plus r minus 10 equals 0. The roots are 2 over alpha, 2 over beta. So what is my SOR? Let's start. 2 over alpha plus 2 over beta. The formula is negative b over a. Right, we need to cross multiply this one. Combine together. Remember a simple fraction, we cross over, so it's 2 beta plus alpha or 2 alpha plus beta. You can write the same way. Okay, you can write beta plus alpha, alpha plus beta is the same. So this is minus r, sorry, minus r here. Okay, I say this again. 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, you multiply, is beta plus alpha, alpha beta. But because there's a 2, I just add in the 2, right? But you can actually take out the, okay, I actually, maybe I show you one extra step. I take out the 2 first. You can think of it as beta plus alpha over alpha beta. Then you just switch alpha plus beta, alpha beta. The reason why I switch because I want to use this alpha plus beta here. I want to use this result from the first part. Okay, now what can I do? Because the question says find, express P in terms of Q. You see, this equation has no PQ. This equation has only R. So when they say find or express P in terms of Q, I know I have to use this information that I have earlier, the alpha plus beta and alpha times beta from part A. So let's substitute. Your alpha times plus beta is P minus 3. Your alpha times beta is minus 4 minus Q. The result is minus R. So can we times it over? Okay. Or should I multiply everybody by negative? The negative I times over. So this is 2 P minus 3 or 4 plus Q. Now, I know some people may say, Terry, why do you do this? When we say P in terms of Q means what? Answer got R now. No R, right? So you don't want R. So if you want to get rid of R, you need to make R as a subject. So I'm going to leave my R here as a subject first. Yeah. By the way, from this line to next line, guys, I'm just multiplying the negative over. So the negative will cancel with the negative below. The negative below cancel out. So you're left with positive 4 plus Q. Okay. All right. Now let's do our POR. So what's your POR? Based on this equation here, your alpha times beta, in this case is 2 over alpha times 2 over beta equals to C over A. What's your C? R minus 10 over 1. So this is 4 over alpha beta R minus 10. Okay, my alpha beta we know. What is it? Minus 4 minus Q. The result R minus 10. Okay, see, this is very annoying. Right? What can we do? Can we... You want to sub inside first or later? Can we... Because there's a negative here. I'm thinking, can I make... if I sub inside, I could bring over. I like this to be positive. So maybe I put my R equals to, I bring over 10 minus, okay, it actually doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, I tell you what, I just leave it first. Equation 2, I sub equation 1 inside equation 2. So there's a 4 over 4 minus q. I factorize the negative. Why? Because it's easier to see. P minus 3, 4 plus q minus 10. It's easier to see that these two you can combine it, right? Can you see that? Now next, to get rid of fraction, I multiply everybody by 4 plus q. So negative 4 equals to the 2p minus 6 I can times inside. Then you must times with 4 plus q. So if you can't do too fast, I do a bit slower here. I put a bracket for you. You understand, everybody? I multiply everything by 4 plus q. So minus 4 equals to 2p minus 6 minus 40 minus 10q. I'm supposed to find p in terms of q. We are almost there, right? This is 2p minus 46 minus 10q. Throw everything to the left-hand side. 2p is 10q. Minus becomes plus. 46 minus 4 is 42. Correct? 42. Then divide by 2. P is 5q plus 21. Okay? The algebra part is a bit long. I think the concept is not too difficult. It's just the algebra because involving fraction. It looks a bit more complicated. Yeah? So let's look at this question number 6. Is Form 5, Chapter 1, Circular Measure. So diagram shows a trapezium FECA. Sector ABHG is a quadrant of a circle, means quarter of a circle. Okay, so let me just add in. They say ABHG. Where's ABHG? ABHG is this one. Let me draw a line. My line a bit ugly. Doesn't look like quarter of a circle. This quarter of a circle, 90 degrees. Okay. G is a midpoint of AF. These two are equivalent. Okay. What else? AHD is an arc of a circle. AHD. Oh, my arc very ugly, man. Arc of a circle. Okay. So if it's an arc sector, I just join this together. This is a sector. Okay, my sector a bit ugly as well. Okay, right. They say that G is a midpoint. Done already. Of AF. BC is equals CE. BC equals CE. So equals 8. So this is 8. This one is 8. Correct? And CD is 3 times of DE. If CD is 3 times of DE, right? That means CD is 3 over 4 of CE. CE is 8. Answer is 6. This is 6 cm. So this is 6 cm. Everybody, this one is 2 cm. Okay? Right. We are supposed to find angle CBE. Correct to 4 decimal place. CBE is this. Right. So actually you can see this is a right angle triangle. We can use SOHCAHTOA to find this angle. So we use tangent. Tangent CBE is opposite over adjacent. Okay, CBE, CBD. Okay, nowadays this is very sad because in the past we can just use calculator in the radian mode, right? Shift tangent, right? Which is a lot easier if you use radian mode. 6 over 8, you get your answer in radian right away. But nowadays they want you to use calculator in degree and then convert to radian. So if you use degree is 36.87, right? This is 36.87. And then you convert to radian by using 3.142 over 180. So it's a lot more work. Yeah. Personally, I think it's kind of silly because your calculator can do directly, but they want you to do using this method. Okay. All right. So same. Now you see, actually your answer is different. No? See this? 643. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, 6436. If you use shift, okay, this is 0.6436, which is actually not as accurate. If you use shift tangent 6 over 8 and you use calculator in degree mode, radian mode, this is the most accurate, 643. Yeah. So it's up to you. Yeah. It's up to you. Right. I personally, I feel we should do directly using gradient mode. If not, use small decimal point. Otherwise, your answer might be different. Okay. All right. So, okay. Now, let us calculate the perimeter of shaded region. This is a hard part because if you look at the diagram, right, this is 8. This is 10. BD is 10. How do I get 10? 8 square, 6 square, square root. This is 10. So if BD is 10, AB is also 10. Why is AB 10? Because it's a sector of a circle. Right. Now, we know this angle. We can find this angle as well. Okay, maybe we can do one by one. Let's do one by one. Because I need to find this whole arc. Okay. What is angle ABD? ADBD is pi 3.142 minus 6436. Okay, 3.142 minus 0.6436 64. You get 2.4984. 2.4984. Okay, so this is your arc. 2.9484. Okay, so we need this. Yeah. Okay, wait. But the thing is, okay. But the thing is, guys, we cannot find the whole thing. Because if you're finding perimeter, right, I want to focus on the green arc. This is the green arc here, right? So you need to minus this part here. Ayo, very annoying. Eh? Now, what is this angle ABH? You join this together. Okay, I use red color pen. What is this angle? This is what? Equilateral, right? Isn't it equilateral? So, since AB equals to BH equals to AH, so triangle ABH or BHA, ABH, alright, ABH, ABH is equilateral. If this is equilateral, this angle ABH is pi over 3. So you need to find HBD because HBD is this angle. You need this to find the green arc, right? You need to find the green arc. So we take 2.4984 minus pi over 3. Yeah? Pi we use 3.42. Yeah, 3.142 divided by 3. Okay, calculator. Minus 3.142. You could have done it one shot, but I do one by one. 1.4511. 1.4511. Okay, I'm like preparing all the ingredient before I calculate the perimeter one shot. Okay, so what else I need? I need the purple arc. Now, for this purple arc, right, we know this is 90 degree. We know this is pi over 3. So you need to find GAH. So what's angle GAH? Guys, angle GAH should be at 90 minus 60, which is 30. 30 is pi over 6. Pi over 6, if you use in radian, 3.142 divided by 6, 0.5237. Yeah? 0.5237. Okay, so what is this for? To find the angle here. So I already know all this. Okay, we know AG is what? AG is 10, right? This is 10, right? Because AH and AG are the same, they're 10. So this is also 10. Okay, right? This is super long. Now, what else I need? I need to find FE. So picture this, FE, right, is at another level. No, this one is not the same level. See this? Is it right? So maybe we can call this, what do you want to call it? C, E, F, G, H, I, J, J lah. Call it J. So what is FJ? This one is 8. Can you see this 8, right? So your fj, right, should be, should I say the whole thing is 20? 20 minus 8. Because this is 8, right? See this 8 here? The length of aj is 8. So this is 12. Why do I need to find fj? So that I know this is 12. I know this is 18. This is 18, right? 10 plus 8, 18, right? I can find fe. Because I need to find perimeter. I need to find fe, right? So what is fe? Fe is 12 square, 18 square, square root. So law of work, 12 square, 18 square, square root. You can write 468 square root. 468. Okay. Now we are almost done. 468. We know this. This is 10. We know this is 468. We know there's a 2 here. We find there's 2 up, add together. So my perimeter consists of 10 plus square root 468 plus 2 plus, okay, the first arc is a green one. Green one, the radius is 10. What's your theta? Your theta is 1.4511. Then you plus the purple arc GH. The radius is 10. What's your theta? Pi over 6 or 0.5237. Okay, let's add them together. Okay, put it all together. So this is 10 plus square root 468, right? Plus 2 plus 10 times 1.4511 plus 10 times 0.5237. I got 53.38. 53.38. Okay. Now, next one is Form 4, Chapter 8, Vectors. Okay, diagram shows location of 4 stations, the school field on the Cartesian plane such that BCDE is a parallelogram. So state the value of ED, DE, BE. Okay, add together. Where is ED? Here. Where is DB? DB is this one. Where is BE? This one. You're going around a circle, right? So actually, you're going here. We're going here. We're going back. So the question says state. State means what? Just write the answer. What's the answer? 0. The resultant vector is 0. Now, if you want, you can write. You can don't even have to look at the diagram because E to D, D to B, B to E is just E to E. Right? If you go from E, you end up at E. You end up at the same point where you started. Right? So what's the magnitude? The magnitude is just 0. Yeah, just 0. Okay, next. A path from station E to station D, E to D, is parallel to x-axis, and the displacement is 11. So the length from here to here is 11. Okay. Using vector triangle law, find the resultant vector from E to C. Right? Very simple. If you say this is 11, what's your D? Your coordinate D will be what? Actually, you don't need to write coordinate point D. You can just write ED. We know ED is just 11 units to the right. Because guys, what are we finding? You're finding EC, right? You're finding E to C, right? So E to C is E to D plus D to C. Right? So guys, nowadays they say using what? Vector triangular law. That means you must write ED plus DC. You need to write this. You don't write this, is wrong. Okay. So ED itself is 11 units to the right. Just write 11. 11 what? 11I. You can write IJ form. You can write in column vector form. Here I write IJ. I follow the question. Because you can see subsequent part they use IJ. Right? DC means we're going this direction. Okay, what is DC? DC is the same as EB. Why? Because this is what? Parallelogram, right? Parallelogram, two sides are parallel, equal magnitude. So let me do EB first. What's EB? EB is E to O, O to B. E to O, O to B. Now in coordinate system, right, EO is negative of OE. So it's what? We can write this as minus I minus J. Just because it's 1, 1. 1 means what? 1 unit to the right, 1 unit up. When you're going the opposite direction, it's just negative, right? Minus I minus J. Then OB, just read this. This is what? 5, 11 means 5 unit to the right, 11 unit up. So this is 5i plus 11j. You can do slowly, you can do one shot. I think we do one shot. 11 minus 1, 10. Okay, do I need to use the result from part A? Do I need to use the result? Okay, maybe I do slowly. I do one more step. I might need to use the result to do the next part. This is 4i plus 10j, right? The EB is 4i plus 10j. Actually, you can read from here, right? This is 4 unit to the right, 10 unit up. So you add together 15i, 10j. That's your EC. Okay? You're finding vector from E to C. Okay? Yeah? Alright. Okay, next one. Now, a boy runs from station E to a cone at K with a constant velocity. Where's K? I don't know. 5p. Where's 5p? He takes t second with a constant velocity of 3i plus 4j. He takes t second to reach the cone. So based on the given information, write a vector equation in terms of p, t, and p. Hence, find the vector t and p. Okay, I think when they say write a vector equation, it sounds confusing to some people because what do you mean by vector equation? What vector are you talking about? So I suggest we do one by one because a lot of people don't understand. We don't have a lot of practice on this. Displacement divided by time equals what? Equals to velocity. So when they say vector equation, they are referring to this equation. So what's your displacement? I'm going from E to K. So you are actually finding displacement EK. Divide by time, right? He takes t second equals velocity. What's your velocity? 3i plus 4j. Understand? Can we multiply up? This is your EK. EK is t. You can times inside 3i plus 4j. You can times inside. Do slowly. Yeah? And what is EK actually? EK is E to O plus O to K. So 3di 4dj. I'm finding what? I'm finding OK. Now, I know a lot of people don't even know, hey, what am I finding here? Which one is your equation? You're finding OK. Why? Because you're going from point O to point K. Yeah, you're finding the reference from point O. Yeah, but you're starting from point E. So your OK is this EO, right? EO, right? Move to the right. Becomes what? Okay, EO is negative OE. Yeah? EO is negative OE, right? Negative OE, right? I throw to the right, becomes positive OE plus 3di plus 4dj. Do you know vector OE? Yes, OE is what? I plus j plus 3di 4dj. Group them together. This is 1 plus 3di plus 1 plus 4dj. Okay, why do I find OK? Guys, why do I find OK? Because we already know position vector of K. What is position vector K? 5p. Now, what does this 5p means? That means this is 5i plus pj. Isn't it? 5i plus pj. So, I know I can compare vector I. So, what do you see? 1 plus 3d equals to 5. 3d equals to 4. d is 4 over 3. So, what is 4/3? 4/3 is the time in second. I suppose this is second, right? Okay. So the boy can run really fast. 1 second and 1.33 seconds he reached the cone. Right? Now I want to find J now. Compare the J. J is P equals 1 plus 40. Since I know D is 4/3, so it's 3 plus 16, 19 over 3. That's your P. Okay? Okay, so let's look at question number 8. This is Form 4, Chapter 7, Coordinate Geometry. Right, given that point B divides line segment AC in the ratio M is to N such that C is RS. derive the formula for a point that divides the line segment. Okay, so this is the division of line segment. Now, where is C? I don't know. They say B divide AC. So I assume C could be here, right? I just draw it for our own visual. The ratio is M is to N. Okay, remember the division of line segment. We need to use what we call similar triangle. Okay, so now if you extend this now, this is P, right? This is your x coordinate. This is your x coordinate x. This is your x coordinate. C is what? RS. So we put R here. R is your x coordinate. So the length from here to here is x minus P. The length from here to here is R minus X. So if you use similarity or similar triangle, the ratio of your x, right, divided by this x must equals to the length of this m divided by this n. The ratio must be the same. Okay, so now I'm going to start off by writing, right? So normally we use x1, y1, but in this case they give us in terms of p and r. So x minus p divided by r minus x, the ratio is m over n. Okay, x divided by x, y divided by y, or in this case the length, the hypotenuse divided by hypotenuse. Okay, I'm supposed to find who? X as a subject. So can we cross multiply nx plus minus np equals mr minus nx. Group all the x to the same side, throw this to the left, throw this to the right. So mx plus nx equals np plus mr. Factorize your x and then find x. My x will be np plus mr divide m plus n. So the challenge or the problem is you got to do both x and y. Yeah, and they are very could give you 2 marks only, right? You have to do both x and y. So y is the same thing. Look at this. This is your q. This is your y. The difference will be, sorry, my y I put a bit lower. This is y. The difference will be q minus y. This one I just label here. This is your s. The difference will be y minus s. So we work out the same concept. We write q minus, let me do q minus y. Q is higher, right? Q minus y divide y minus s. The ratio is m over n. Okay, so cross multiply nq minus ny equals my minus ms. This time I need to bring this to the right, bring this to the left. Your nq plus ms equals to my plus ny. Factorize your y, nq plus ms, dividing them with m plus n. So your y will be nq plus ms over m plus n. So you got your x, you got your y. I just put them together. Okay, let me get rid of this. So therefore, you're finding b, right? Therefore, b is your x and y, right? Is np plus mr over m plus n, followed by nq plus ms over m plus n. There you go. That is your part A. Very long, only 2 marks. Okay, now next, state the range of values of r and s if m is now less equals to n. Okay, so this one is a bit confusing. You're given A now, you're given B. So actually I know my B, right? My B is 6, 0. 6, 0. What's my A? Before this, my A is PQ. That means this is now 3, 2, right? That means what's your P? Your P is 3, your Q is 2. Sub inside. P is 3, put 3 inside. 3n plus MR. I don't know what's my R. Divide by m plus n. Do the same for your Q. Your Q is now 2. So 2n plus ms divide m plus n. Okay, now I am using B. B is now 60. I'm using this formula, sub inside. I know my A is 32. That means my P is 3, my Q is 2. So let us compare 6 equals to 3n plus mr over m plus n. You need to find what? Guys, you need to find R and S, right? So you times over 6m plus 6n equals 3m plus mr. Bring it over. Wow, this is very long. I need to find m over n. So 3n, not 3m. Wait, yeah, I think I wrote wrongly. 3n, thank you. So 3n here. I need to group them together. So I throw my m to one side, n to one side. So I throw this 6 minus 3 is 3. This is mr minus 6m. Why? Why do I do that? Because I want to find what? I want to use this. So when they say m is less equals to n, you got to think m over n less equals to 1. I want to use this. Okay, I want to use m over n less than 1. So let's divide them. This n goes down. This n goes down. M go over. So 3 over r minus 6. Correct? Is equals to m over n. All right. Now, your m over n less equals 1. This is less equals 1. So 3 over r minus 6 less equals 1. So be very careful when you do this, because you see, today if I say 1 over x less equals 1, x should be what? You can invert the left, invert the, okay, now 1 is a lousy example. Maybe I put 2 over x, right? I do very slowly. When you invert the left, you get x over 2. When you invert the right, you get still 1. But your symbol has to change. It's like if I say 1 over 2 is greater than 1 over 3. But 2 over 1 is less than 3 over 1. So when you invert, the symbol also have to change. Okay? Be clear about that. When you invert, the symbol has to change. So I'm going to invert here. I invert the left and I invert the right. So r minus 6 greater equals to 3, r greater equals to 9. So that is your range of values of r. Okay, now we're going to do for y. This one I did for x. Let's compare the y. Your y will be 0. 0 equals to 2n plus ms, m plus n. The good news is m plus n when you times 0 is still 0. I bring this over. Maybe I bring ms equals to 2n. M over n equals to negative 2 over s. Since your m over n is less equals to 1, minus 2 over s must be less equals 1. Okay, here's the thing. There are 2 things you need to do. Number 1, you need to transfer the negative. Number 2, you got to invert. Don't do one shot. Do slowly. Okay, let me transfer the negative over. Becomes greater equals to negative 1. Number 2, I invert. S over 2 less equals to negative 1. So what is s? S is what? Less equals to negative 2. So, it'll be long, right? And guys, we haven't finished yet. We still got part 2. Yeah. Now, this one itself is very long, like this Roman 2. But, well, there are other ways, but I think because I'm just using the result from the first part, I think it's easier to just use the result. Some people go and find the midpoint and then compare. Also can. You can also use the midpoint to compare. All right? Okay. Now, find B. If this straight line is parallel to AB. Okay, this one is easy. Because I know point A, I know point B. So let's find gradient AB. gradient AB, based on this information, AB, what's your gradient AB? Y2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1, negative 2 over 3. Now, if this straight line is parallel, okay, let me move up a bit. We can first find the gradient. Remember, this is in what we call intercept form. Intercept form is x over a, y over b equals 1, where a, okay, let me write here, x over a, y over b equals 1. This is the intercept form, where a is your x-intercept, b is your y-intercept. So my gradient of this line, I can call it M2, is what? Negative y-intercept, which is b, x-intercept equals to 6. This is b over 6. Because this line is parallel to AB, this negative p over 6 must be negative 2 over 3. What's your p times over? 2 over 3 times 6. Answer is 4, right? Positive 4. Guys, let me just show you another way, because some people may find this is quite confusing, but since I don't have enough space, so I'm going to do it here. Right, so let me rub this off. I'm going to redo it on top here. So there's another way to do particularly B Roman 1. B Roman 1, if I use algebra, you may find it a bit hard, right? So the question say, your M is less than N, right? Where's your M? Here's your N. Here's your M. Here's your N. Okay, so first we assume this is a midpoint. If this is a midpoint, it's exactly here, right? I know what's my A? My A is 3, 2. What's my B? 6, 0. So what's my C? C is here. Okay, so let's say we take C equals XY, or C, we just say C is here. Let's see XY. So if B is the midpoint of AB, midpoint of AC, so B is 6, 0. This is 3 plus X divided by 2, Y plus Q, the other one is 2 plus Y, 2 plus Y divided by 2. So let's solve for X and Y. 6 equals to 3 plus X over 2. 9, this is 12 minus 3, X is 9. Do the same. 0 equals to 2 plus Y over 2. Times 0, I bring over Y is minus 2. Okay, so picture this. If C is exactly midpoint, that means M must be what? If C equals to midpoint, meaning what? Sorry, if B is the midpoint, not C, that means M must be equal to N. True? So now let me label this. What is this coordinate? This coordinate is, what is 9 minus 2? But now, but your M is now less than N. What does that mean? That means N is what? Longer, right? If N is longer, means N should be here, right? So C by right supposed to be, what's your C? R and S, right? R and S. R and S. Meaning your R is your X coordinate. Therefore, your R should be further to the right of 9. Correct? Further to the right 9. So your R should be greater or equals to 9. And S supposed to be further below negative 2. So S should be less equals to negative 2. So isn't it easier? So I believe it's only 1 mark each, for finding R and S. It's only 1 mark because it's 4. 4 marks for Roman 2. So you can find the midpoint. Then you already know this is 9 and minus 2. You can write your R, you can write your S. The only thing is you have to sort out the inequality, right? You have to see that it's further to the right, further below. So your R is greater or equals to 9, S is less equals to minus 2. Yeah, you can use this midpoint method. Question number 9, this is Form 5, Chapter 2, combined with Chapter 3. Integration and differentiation combined. Okay, so the given diagram shows shaded region bounded by the curve y equals gx and straight line x equals to 2. So the curves intersect at point A. It is given area under the curve gx is represented by this. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? This one is after you integrate but you haven't substitute, right? They say area under the curve gx. Okay, so I want to find gx. Okay, so normally, right, how do you actually find area under the graph? Let's say for gx, area under gx, right, is the integration of gx dx Okay, maybe I don't write like this. I write just to help you understand. When you integrate 4x from 1 to 2. Okay lah. So what are we finding? We are finding equation of gx. If you integrate gx, you get this. How to get gx from here? Opposite of integration is what? Differentiation. So you got to differentiate negative x cubed plus 4x squared minus 4x, isn't it? Differentiate this, you get back the gx. So let's differentiate that, bring the power down, copy x, reduce the power by 1, bring the power down, 4 times 2 is 6, is 8, right? 8, copy x, reduce the power by 1, differentiate negative 4x, you get negative 4, okay? Right? They like to turn and twist a bit lah. Yeah, don't want to give you directly. Okay, now then how do you find area of shaded region? So area of shaded region consists of two parts. The first part is the integration of this curve. Second part is the integration of gx. Okay, so you can do one by one, you can do one shot. Okay, one by one means your area 1, I do one by one. Integrate x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 6. The limit is from 1 to 2. So let's integrate this, power 4 over 4. This one is 6x power 3. When you increase the power by 1, 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. This one is increase the power by 1, 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Integrate 6 is 6x. Lower limit 1, upper limit 2. You got to show your substitution. Put 2 inside. 2 power 4 over 4. 2, 4. Sorry, this is 2 power 3. 2 power 3 plus 6, 2 power 2, 6 times 2 minus 1 power 4 over 4. This is 1 power 3, 6, 1 power 2, 6 times 1. Okay, so all this, right, if you want to cut short, right, you can just use your calculator here. Just integrate the original function, x power 3 minus 6x power 2 plus 12x minus 6. Yeah, calculator will give you the answer. Oops. Wait, I forgot to put in the limit. 1 to 2. There you go. 7 over 4. This part is 7 over 4. Now, the second part is your area under gx, which the question already mentioned is this, right? Okay. It is after you integrate x cubed plus 4x squared minus 4x. 1 to 2. We just have to substitute. No need to integrate anymore. Already integrated. Just put in 2 power 3, 4 2 square, 4 times 2, 1 power 3, 4 1 square, 4 times 1. Okay, so this one I just count manually. We'll take negative 8, 16 here, minus 8, minus negative 1, right, plus 4, and then minus 4. Answer is 1. So what is your area of shaded? 7 over 4 minus 1. Answer is 3 over 4. Okay. Question number 10 is from 4 chapter 5 progression. Okay, the given diagram shows a roll of aluminium. The aluminium roll has length of 55,440 mm, can be cut exactly into 72 sections. So the length of the first sheet is x, and the length of each subsequent sheet increased by 20 mm. So our time is assigned to cut the aluminium roll. State the length of the first 3 sheets in it. Yeah. Okay, so the first sheet is what? Your T1. Length is x. What's your T2? Okay, maybe I write like this. I write T1 is x. What's your T2? X plus 20. What's your T3? X plus 40. Yeah, you keep increasing it by 20 mm. Okay, right. That is part A. Finish. Part B. Atan has completed 2/3 of his task. By determining the value of x, calculate the total length of the last 18 sheets that has been cut. Okay, so I hope you understand. When you say he finished 2/3 of his task, he wants to cut in total 72. Correct? But that's, he hasn't finished yet. He only finished 2/3. So we're going to calculate where he stopped, right? Okay, and the question said by determining the value of x, calculate the total length. Okay, first we find the value of x. They give us the total length. Total length is 55440. Total is Sn, right? S72. 55440. So what's the formula? N over 2 bracket 2a. My a is x. N minus 1. 72 minus 1. What's your d? D is 20. The result is 55440. Our job is to find x. Okay, let me do one by one. First, I take 55440. I divide by 72 divided 2 is 36. Okay, 1540. So this is 2x plus this one 1540. 72 minus 1, 71 times 20, 1420. So 1540 minus 1420, 120, you divide by 2. Let me write slowly. 120. What's your x? X is 60. So what does that mean? That means the first sheet has a length of 60. Then you increase the length, plus 60, 80, plus 60, 100, and so on. Now, we are going to find the total length of the last 18 sheet that has been cut. So he has completed 72, sorry, 2/3 of 72. So what's your n? 2/3 of 72. 72 divided by 3 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. Right? So that means he has cut up to 48 pieces. So the question is, what is the last 48? The length of the last 48 pieces. So the length of last 48 pieces, you can use, remember here, you're finding, okay, the last 18 pieces, sorry, last 18. So 48 minus 18 is what? 30. So, but you don't come from 30. You come from 31. 31 to 48. You understand not? You want to use finger? 31, 32, 33, 34 until 48. They are 18. You don't count 30, yeah? You start counting from 31. But we use S48 minus S31. Sorry, S30, not S31. S30, yeah? You minus off what we don't want. We don't want the first 30. So S48 is 48 over 2 bracket 2a. What's your a? Your a is 60, right? N minus 1. 48 minus 1. What's your d? 20. What is S30? 30 over 2. 2a plus 48 minus 30 minus 1, 29. D is 20. Okay, so let's count. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 120 plus 47 times 20. This is the first one. Then you minus 30 divided by 2 is 15. 120. 29 times 20. Answer is 14940. 14940. So that is the total length of aluminum sheet that he has cut. Yeah, the last 18 pieces. Okay. Now, next one. The cuts of aluminum sheet can be formed into an open cylinder at both ends in two different ways. So when Atan completed his task, his brother has chosen the last sheet to form a cylinder with a maximum volume. By calculation, suggest the cylinder that can fulfill the condition. Okay, so do you understand the question? Okay, picture this. Your aluminium piece looks like this. You want to form a cylinder. How to form a cylinder? Two ways. Number one, you roll it this way. You get a cylinder, correct? You roll this way, you get a cylinder. Number two, you roll it this direction. You get a thin and long cylinder, like this. Thin and long cylinder. So you either roll this way or roll this way, vertically or horizontally. So now, here's the thing. He used which one? The last sheet. So what is the last one? The last one will be T72. So what's your A? Your A is 60. n minus 1, 72 minus 1, 71, d is 20, right? So this is 60 plus 71 times 20, okay? I got 1480, 1480. So this 1480 is the length, right? Not the height, okay? So I know it's 1480, 500. You got to think this way. This is 1480. This is 500 in mm. So method 1, you roll it this way. That means this becomes your circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r, right? So 2 pi r is 1480. What's your r? You want, you can leave it in terms of r. You want to substitute inside, because the question never say use 3.142, right? So 1480 divided by 2 lah. I'll just 740 lah. 740 pi. You want volume, right? What's the volume? Volume is pi r square h. What's your h? 500. Okay, so I'm just going to use in terms of pi, but my pi I can cancel here. The pi square and pi cancel, so you think 740 square divided by pi. Now, question never say 3.142, I can use a calculator pi, but I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. When you multiply by 500, what's your volume? Wow, so big, right? What is that? 8 million. Because it's in mm. Yeah, 87 million, right? Yeah, it's in, well, it's in millimeter, very big number. Why pi square 500? Yeah, I don't have, yeah, I think I'll just use this lah. Yeah, okay, so 87, or can we change to standard form? Yeah, I think I use standard form easier, otherwise the number very big. So you switch to decimal point is 8.715 10 power 7. 8.715 10 power 7 mm cube. Okay, this is method 1. Okay, now let me show you method 2, because there are 2 methods to give it the maximum. Okay, second method is this. Let me continue here. So now the first one, we roll it this way. Second one, we roll it this direction. So method 2, 2 pi r equals 500. What's your r? 225 over 250 divided 2, divided by pi. So what's your volume? Maybe I call this as V1, call this as V2. So pi r square h. Your h is 1480. So this one is thinner. The first one is, should I say, it looks like this. Second one, it looks like this, longer. Obviously, I can tell you answer is A lah, the first one lah, right? Second one is thinner, longer. So you have to take 250 square divide by pi times 1480. Okay, in standard form, this will be 2.944 times 10 power 7 mm cube. Okay, so which one is bigger? The question say, suggest, okay, read the question one more time. They say, suggest, by calculation, suggest the cylinder that can fulfill the condition. Okay, we say, the cylinder, therefore, cylinder with, maybe I say circumference. I don't say radius because we don't need to calculate the radius. With circumference of 1480 mm and height of 500 mm will give the maximum volume. Maximum volume. What? Okay, all right. Ready? Next question. This is from 5, chapter 4, permutation combination. Okay, so Diagram shows 6 number cards. Find the number of different ways to arrange all the cards in a row. Okay, the first one is bonus, easy. How many ways to arrange 6 cards in a row? Answer? 6 factorial, no problem. 6 factorial is 720, right? 720. Let me just, oops. Okay. Now, next, Roman 2. Okay, 4 cards are to be arranged to form a proper fraction such that even number cards are arranged side by side. Find the number of different proper fractions that can be formed. Okay, do you understand this? What is a proper fraction? Proper fraction means numerator. Okay, a lot of people don't understand or don't know the terms. Proper fraction means the numerator is the top. Numerator is your denominator. That means your m must be less equals to n. Right? Sorry, I should write less than. Because improper can be equals or more. Improper means the moment you can change a mixed number or a whole number or integer, right? So your numerator must be smaller than denominator. Now, remember you have 6 cards, but you're choosing how many cards? You're choosing 4. So if you have 4 cards, right? In what situation you get improper fraction? Sorry, proper fraction. Case number 1. Let me start with a simple one. You have 1 card divided by 3 cards. Right? That is proper fraction. Correct. However, one more condition. Even number must be arranged side by side. Okay. So when you say even number arranged side by side, can you put even number on top? Okay. Let's look at how many even, how many odd. Okay. Your even will be even with what? 2 and 6. What about your odd number? Odd number is what? 1, 5, 7, 9. Correct? So in order for you to have 3 cards below and even side by side, the even must be below. Even cannot be on top. Odd can be on top, okay? Or others be on top. So let me just put a box here, put a below here, put 2 even cards here, and put 1 more card here. So this one must be even. The rest can be odd. Okay, so question. How many ways to put the even? How many ways to put even? Even though I've got 2 only, right? 2 and 5, right? 2 and 6. So it's 2 and 1, right? Am I right? However, guys, these 2 you can switch, you know. You can put the even first, odd later, the other odd later, or you can switch. So you have to write another 2 factorial. Why 2 factorial? I can switch. Times 2. Okay, let's talk about the remaining odd number. Remaining odd number is what? 1, 5, 7, 9. So this one how many ways? How many ways here? 4. How many ways here? 3. Understand? So for the first case, how many options do you have? Let's do the even first. 2 factorial times 2 factorial to switch them. For the odd, right, you can think of it as 4p3. 4p2. 4p2 means 4 arranged 2. Because you want to arrange one odd here, another odd here. By the way, 4p2 is 4 times 3, right? So calculator, you can write 4 times 3 also, no problem. 4p2 or 4 times 3, that gives us 48. There are 48 ways. Okay, this is case number 1. Any problem? Any issue, anyone? Okay, now case number 2. When you put, here's the case number 2, you need to break up into more more cases. You can have 2 cards below and 2 cards on top. Now, here's the thing. If you want if you want to have what we call that proper fraction, that means your denominator must be bigger. So if you look at the numbers that you have, and you need to put the even number together. So if you put the even number together, right, can you put the even number on top? Can you put the even number below? Can? So more cases to think, right? So maybe I put case number 2a, even on top. Even I just put on top, it's okay lah. Doesn't sound like a technical term, or you say even as a numerator, even number as numerator, that sounds better, right? But okay, you just say on top, okay? All right, so you put even number on top, so it looks like this. two even number together next to each other, odd number below. Correct? So, question. Your even number can start with what? 2 or 6? Oh. So if I start with 2, I need to consider some cases. If I start with 6, I have to consider another case. Wow. Okay. So even number on top, start with 2. Yeah. Starting with 2. Okay. So I put the 2 here. Right? Then followed by 6. How many ways to start with 2 followed by 6? 1, 1. But your odd, you got to be careful. Why? I want my odd to be bigger. Correct? It must be more than 2. More than 2 means I have to start with what? 5, 7, 9. Now this one I should put 1579. 1579. Okay. So this one how many ways? 3. Why 3? I have to start with 5, 7, or 9. I can't start with 1. But the second one also 3. Why 3? Why 3? You already taken one number off, right? Let's say I put number 5 in the first number. I can't put number 5 anymore. I can choose from the remaining 3. So how many ways is this? 3 by 3, 9 ways. Okay, this is case 2A. Okay, case number 2B. You can call it case number 3, number 4, up to you. I don't have to put A, B, C. Okay, so this one's still even on top. Even on top, starting with 6. Okay, if I start with 6, so I put here 1 and 2. This one I put below. I start with 6. This one must end with 2. Okay, so it's one way, no other option. Okay, how about the odd? I cannot start with 5 anymore. I cannot start with 1. I must start with 7 or 9 because my denominator must be bigger. Then the rest is 1579. 1579. But you got to reduce by 1. Now this one how many ways? 2. Reduce by 1. 3. Number of ways will be what? 2 times 3, 6. Okay, this is only case number 2B. Okay, case number 2C. Or again, now you can call it case 2, case 3, case 4, whatever. Then later we add together. Okay, this one we say even below. Okay, starting with what? Starting with 2. Because even number is the one that determines everything, right? So I put here, this is even below, starting with 2, ending with 6. This one is one way. Your odd, okay, you want your denominator to be bigger, numerator to be smaller. So you have to start with what? Guys, start with 1. You cannot start with 3. You can't start with 5. This one is 1579. So this is 1. This is 3. Correct? 1, 3. So how many ways? Number of ways will be 1 by 3. Answer 3. Okay, case number 2D. Even below, starting with 6. Sorry, my handwriting a bit ugly. 1, 2, draw line. 1, 2. Even below, starting with 6. 6 here, 2 here. This one is 1, 1. Okay, odd. I can start. I want my odd to be smaller, so I can start with 1. Can I start with 5? Can. This one is 1579. How many ways here? 2. How many ways here? 4. Sorry, not 4. 3. Reduced by 1. 3. So how many ways in total? 2 by 3, 6. Okay, so what is your total number of ways? First one, case number 1, 48. Case number 2A, you have 9. Next, you have 6. Next, you have 3. Next, you have another 6. So it is 48 plus 15 plus 9. My answer is 72 ways. Okay? Right. Okay, part B is a combination. Right. The combination of n object from m different object is given by MCN. State the minimum value n. Okay, so what is the minimum value of n? N is what? What is the smallest value you can get? 0. You see, okay, MCN. If I ask you, what is the maximum value n? The maximum value n is m. You cannot choose more than you have, the option that you have. But the minimum value is just 0. Yeah, you can choose none. Choosing none is a way, right? Okay, so that's one mark. Okay, right. Now, Sarah bought a box of colored pencil contains p number of different colored pencil. So given that the number of different ways for Sarah to choose 3 pencils from the box is 26, bracket p minus 2. Find the value p. Okay, so this one we're going to use, what's the formula? She has to choose, they are p pencil. She choose 3, right? And the number of ways is equals to 26 p minus 2. Let me just write my bracket nicely here. P minus 2. Okay, so remember this formula, NCR, n factorial, n minus r factorial, r factorial. This formula is given in SPM. I can find the list of formula. Okay, p factorial, p minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial. This 26, okay, I'm not going to time since I first, I'm going to keep it first, okay? Now, what is p factorial? P factorial, if you go in descending order, right, everyone, if today if I give you 5 factorial, 5 factorial is like 5 times 4 times 3, we can write 3 factorial. Why do I do that? Because I want to simplify this further. I know p, you can go in descending order, p minus 1, followed by p minus 2. Then I continue with p minus 3 factorial. Divide by p minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 26 p minus 2. Why do I do this? Because I want to cancel p minus 3 factorial, p minus 3 factorial. At the same time, I can cancel p minus 2 with p minus 2. Can you see that? Now you're left with p and p minus 1 with another 26 times 3 factorial. Correct. The 3 factorial times it over. So expand the bracket, p squared minus p, 26 times 3 factorial. What's 3 factorial? 6, right? 26 times 6, 156. Bring the 156 over, right? Can we factorize 156? I think we can try 13. 13 and 12. 12 and 13. Now, p is always, this is positive and negative. P is your number of different color pencil. It's always more than 0. So what do I take? We take 13. Okay. Okay, this is from Form 5, Chapter 5, probability distribution. All right, a random variable x has a binomial with binomial distribution with 5 trials, n equals 5, and probability of success for each trial is p. Probability of failure for each trial is q. The given table shows part of the probability distribution x. State the value of px equals to 2 plus px equals 3 in fraction form. Okay, so we know total probability is always what? Everybody? Total probability is always 1. So px equals to 2 plus px equals to 3, which represent these two add together. You know total probability is 1. You minus 81 over 128. Minus 1 over 64. Use my calculator. 1 minus 81 over 128 minus 1 over 64. I got this answer, 45 over 128. Yeah, 45 over 128. Okay, first part done. B, hence show that P equals to 3 over 16 over Q. So when they say hence, right, that means we have to use the result from the earlier part. So how to use this result? We know px equals to, what's the formula? N, what's your n? Guys, what's your n? 5 trials. N is 5, right? So 5C2, your probability of success is P power 2. Q is 5 minus 2 plus 5C3, P power 3, Q power 5 minus 3. The result is 45 over 128. Okay, so can we simplify further? This 5C2, right? You can use your calculator. What's 5C2? 5C2 is 10. 10, right? You use calculator, 5C2 is 10. In fact, 5C3 also 10. Yeah, 5C3 also 10. So 10 P square Q3 plus 10 b cubed q2 equals 45 over 128. Now, I want to simplify to this. So I think we can first divide by 10. Can we divide by 10? So b squared q3 plus b cubed q2, 45 over 128. If you divide by 10, you should get 9 over, wait. Did I make a mistake here? 45 over 128. Can I count wrongly? 1 minus 81 over 128 minus 1 over 64. Just double check. Yeah, then you divide by 10. 9 over, okay, haven't finished yet. 9 over 256. Okay, now I think we can factorize the b squared b cubed. You can take out b square. Q power 3, q power 2. You can take out q power 2. So the first one is going to give us q. Q first, huh? Q. Second one is going to give us b. The result is 9 over 256. Why? I factorize because I know p plus q is what, everybody? P is probably a success, Q is probably a failure. Total probability is always 1. So your P squared Q squared bracket 1 is 9 over 256. Okay, we can simplify this further. Put a bracket square. 9 over 256 is 3 over 16 square, isn't it? You can truly think of your answer. Look at the final answer, 3 over 16q, right? So I can square root both sides. Don't need to put plus minus, right? Because you can have one positive, one negative, right? Your probability is always positive. Yeah, cannot be negative. So make P as a subject 3 over 16q. There you go. You got your P in terms of Q. Okay, question number 13. This is form 4, chapter 1 functional. Okay, so first part. It is given that fx equals to this, gx equals to that. Find the object of fx if image is 1 over 3. Okay, image is your y. I'm finding my x. So my fx is 3 over 4x minus 1. The result is 1 over 3. So can we cross multiply? 3 times 3 is 9. 4x minus 1. 4x is 10. 10 divided by 4, 5 over 2. Okay, that is your part A. Simple. Okay, second one. Express m in terms of p if f of m plus 1 is 3 times of fgp. Okay, f of m plus 1 means I'm putting m plus 1 inside. Right, let me write this straight away. 3 over 4 of m plus 1 minus 1 equals to 3g fgp. Okay, you know your fgp, right? You know your fg, your fg is this. So it's 3 times of 3, 4, let's put p inside, p squared plus 3. Okay. Okay, let's simplify further. This is 3 over 4m plus 4 minus 1. This is 9. In fact, I'll just write 9 first, of 4p squared plus 3. Let us simplify further. This one I can cancel. I want to cancel this easier. This is 3. So let me write this as 1 over 4m plus 3 equals to 3 over 4p squared plus 3. Let's cross multiply. I'm supposed to find what? I'm supposed to find m, right? So you can, or maybe invert the left, invert the right. 4p squared plus 3 over 3. So let me split this. 4m plus 3 equals to 4 over 3p squared. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I basically separate them, right? So 4m is now 4 over 3p squared minus 2. Divide by 4. 1 over 3p squared minus half. Now you can write this as 2 separate terms, or you can combine it. So if you combine, this will be 2p squared minus 6 over, minus 3 over 6. Okay. Right, so you can, like I said, you can write separately or put it together as a single fraction. All right, that is part B. Part C. Hence, determine whether the inverse function of gx exists or not. Okay, so before you find the inverse function of gx, we need to find what is gx, right? Gx is a function inside. We need to find the function inside given the function outside. So the method of solving this is this. We let whatever inside becomes y. This is substitution method. So if your function inside gx is y, we know fy is now 3 over 4x squared plus 3. Guys, this is your fgx. Your gx is y. Okay, now we know fx. What's the fx? 3 over 4x minus 1. So this is 3 over 4y minus 1. The result is 3 over 4x squared plus 3. So can we cancel them? Cancel, cancel. And we compare. Guys, what are we finding? We are finding y. Y is your gx. So 4y minus 1 is 4x squared plus 3. 4y is 4x squared plus 4, right? Y is x squared plus 1. So your y is your gx is x squared plus 1. Okay, now they say determine whether gx exists or not. So how do you know whether gx exists? The inverse function gx exists. You can use what we call horizontal line test, or test out the type of relation. Okay, so this is a quadratic. We know we can do a rough sketch. Okay, so when you sketch a graph, please, nowadays they want you to use ruler to draw your axis. Yeah, you don't want to use a free sketch. Use a ruler, draw nicely. Okay, so x squared plus 1 is like this. Okay, y equals x squared plus 1. Okay, so we use a horizontal line test. Just show, we draw a horizontal line. It cuts at how many points? 2 points, right? Intersect at 2 points. So you have 2x value, right? You have 2x value for the same y value. Okay, so we say horizontal line test cuts at 2 points. So that means what? The function is not one-to-one, right? It's not one-to-one. You can say the gx is a many-to-one relation, so it's not one-to-one, right? So you can say gx is not one-to-one. Only one-to-one has inverse. Therefore, inverse function of gx does not exist. Okay? I would suggest you draw, because drawing is easier to show, right? Okay, the next question is indices and logarithm. The first part is actually indices. We know from this triangle, we have to use Pythagoras theorem. Take the x value. Maybe I take the first one. I square it. The second one, there's a square root of 2x, square root of 2 power x. Square it, the result equals to 3 set 2 square. Pythagoras theorem. Now let's get rid of the square. I square this. This is 2 power 2x plus 2. The square of the square root cancel out, left with 2 power x. 3 square is 9, set 2 square is 2. So this is 2x times 2 power 2. 2x equals to 18. So you break it up, 4 of 2x squared plus 2x minus 18 equals 0. Right. Now what do? I let u be 2 power x. We use substitution to simplify, to get a quadratic equation so that we can factorize and solve for u. So 4u squared plus u minus 18 equals 0. 4 times 18 is what? What is 4 times 18? 72. What's the factor of 72? Okay, if you can't do mentally, right? Calculator, 4 times 18, 72. 72 divided by 9 is 8, right? So 9 and 8. So I'm going to use 9 and 8. This is 4u, u2. This is 8. The other one is 9. Put the 9 is positive. 8 is negative. U is either negative 9 over 4 or 2. But u cannot be negative. Why? You try to take 2 power x. Can it be negative 9 over 4? Cannot. 2 power anything is always greater than 0. So your 2 power x has to be 2. 2 means 2 power 1. By comparison, x is 1. B is involving sets. So let's begin. Your diagram shows a trapezium. Area trapezium is this. You're supposed to express t in this form. Okay, so area trapezium is what? What's the formula for area trapezium? Half sum of parallel sides, set 7 plus 5. Set 7 plus 5 times height. What's your height? T. The result is 9, set 7 minus 1. Okay, I need to simplify this. So maybe the 9 and 2 I times over is 18. Divide by set 7 minus 1 over set 7 plus 5. This is set 7 plus 5. Okay, I need to multiply top and bottom. We call it what? Rationalizing the denominator with set 7 minus 5. Okay, now let's expand one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will give us 18. Set 7 times set 7 is 7. Set 7 times 5 is 5 set 7 minus set 7 plus 5. Divide by set 7 times set 7 is 7. 5 times 5, 25. Okay, so can we simplify further? 18. 7 plus 5 is 12. Minus 5 minus 1 minus 6 set 7. 7 if you minus 25, negative 18, correct? Now notice that 18 and 18 can cancel. You cancel, right? Yeah. So just divide by negative. When you divide by negative, right? This becomes negative 12. This becomes positive 6 set 7. You're supposed to give your answer in this form, right? So it's P plus Q set 7. Yeah. All right, it's given that sine x is t, such that x is an acute angle. Express sine 2x in terms of t. Okay, so we can draw a triangle like this. Sine is a ratio of what? Opposite over hypotenuse. Your opposite is t, hypotenuse is 1. What's your adjacent? Use Pythagoras theorem. 1 square minus t square square root. So it's square root of 1 minus t square. Okay, if I want to find sine 2x, right? Now, this sine 2x, right, you got to go back to the formula. The formula is given in exam. The sine 2a formula, you can refer to the formula list. Sine 2a is 2 sine a cos a. This formula is given. By finding sine 2x is what? 2 sine x cos x. Okay, sine x can read from here. Opposite over hypotenuse. In fact, my sine x is already given as t, right? So this is 2t. Cos, I read from here. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Your adjacent is square root of 1 minus t square. Divide by 1. No need to write divide by 1. There you go. That's your answer. Yeah, that's all. Okay, 15b. Cos theta is now k. And theta is between 270 and 360. Okay, so first of all, let's draw a triangle here. Because this is now between 270 and 360. 270 is here, 360 here. If you go from clockwise directions, anti-clockwise, 90, 180. So where's 270? Here. So you draw a triangle like this. This is your general angle, theta. This is called the reference angle, alpha. Your cos itself is adjacent over hypotenuse. Your adjacent is k, hypotenuse is 1. What's your opposite? Again, we use Pythagoras, 1 square minus k square. However, and the square root, right? However, you need to put a negative here. Why must I put a negative? Because it's below the x-axis. Below the x-axis, your y value is negative. So you need to add in a negative. But now what we want is cos half theta. Now, cos theta has 3 formulas. So which one do I use? I use the second version. Okay, let me list out for you. There are 3 versions. Cos 2a equals to cos square a minus sine square. This is the first version. Second version is 2 cos square a minus 1. Third version is 1 minus 2 sine square. Now, because what we want is cos half a. So you need to use the formula involving cos, which is the second version. So I'm going to let 2a becomes theta. So your a is theta over 2 or half theta. So let me write down the formula. Cos theta is 2 cos square half theta minus 1. What we want is cos of half theta. We're finding this, right? Cos A. Okay, actually I'm wasting my time. Do I really need to draw the triangle? Oh, actually no. I did it anyway, but no need, right? Yeah, you don't need to draw this triangle. Yeah, okay, so cos A we know is k, right? This is 2 cos square half theta minus 1. So can I bring it over? 2 cos square half theta is now k plus 1. Then what do? I divide by 2. I get k plus 1 over 2. Lastly, we square root it. Okay, but be careful when you square root it. By right, I should put a plus minus. My question is, do I put plus or do I put minus? Okay, go back to your theta. Your theta is between 270 to 360. If you take half of it, it's between 135 and 180. 135, 180 is quadrant 2. For quadrant 2, cos is always what? ASTC. Cos is always negative. Only sign is positive. 135 is here. 180 is here. So the answer should be this region. Your cos value should be in quadrant 2 here. So quadrant 2 is negative. So be sure you add a negative here. Yeah, when you square root, don't put plus minus. Just take the negative 1, negative value, right? So cos half theta is negative square root of k plus 1 over 2. So sorry, you don't really need to draw this. Yeah, I drew this anyway, starting from here, but you don't need the triangle. You can just solve it this way without the triangle. Last one. Find the value of tangent 22.5 in surd form. Okay, so this one, again, we're going to use double angle formula or half angle formula. So what is for tangent, right? We only use one formula. Tangent 2a is what? 2 tangent a divided by 1 minus tangent square a. Okay, now 22.5 if you times 2 is what? 45, right? 45. Yes. Tangent 45 is a special angle. Special angle we can find. Like tangent 45 we can find. Oh, sorry. You need to use a calculator in degree mode. Degree mode. Tangent 45 is 1. Right? So we let A be 22.5. Your tangent 2A, sorry, let me write 2A becomes 45. So we write tangent 45 is now 2 tangent 22.5 divided by 1 minus tangent square 22.5. So now to make our life easier, right? I don't want to keep writing tangent 22.5 because it's a square there. So we let tangent 22.5 becomes t, right? Tangent 45 itself is 1. This is 2t over 1 minus t squared. So the moment we substitute, what happened? We narrow this down to a quadratic equation that we can solve, right? Bring everything to the right hand side. Let me write t squared plus 2t minus 1 equals 0. You can complete the square. You can use quadratic formula. Now, I personally like to use completing square. Yeah, but I know a lot of students don't like. They rather use quadratic formula, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divide by 2a. So this will give us minus 2 plus minus 2 squared is 4, 4 plus 4, 8 divide by 2. Can you simplify 8? 8 is what? Think of two numbers. 4 times 2. Correct? Can we square root 4? 2? 2 square 2 divided by 2. So what is t? Your t is minus 2. Okay, minus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1, right? 1, right? So this will be minus 1 plus minus 2. Okay, but remember, tangent 22.5 is your t and it's more than 0. Tangent of an acute angle is always positive. If you take negative, let's say, negative 1 minus 2, obviously this is negative, right? If you minus, obviously this is negative. right? But if I change this to plus, it becomes positive, right? So therefore, your tangent 22.5 is minus 1 plus Z2, or you can write Z2 minus 1. They say give your answer in Z form. This is the form. And one thing you can do to verify your answer is this, right? You can type tangent 22.5. Okay, calculator gives us this. It's okay. Let me do Z2 minus 1. Minus 1, okay. And I press shift tangent answer. There you go, 22.5. So I know my answer is correct. Guys, that's all for the discussion of this paper. Yeah, SPM 2021 paper 1. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in our next video.